Okay, Maryland has just added a rain tax. You know, a lot of times they'll try to make things sound better than they are. Like, hey, it's the Patriot Act. You're not a patriot if you don't agree with warrantless everything. This time, they've tried to make it sound a lot better than it is by calling it a rain tax. And what it actually is a tax on rain.
How do you tax the rain?
This is how, again, I think this is yet another example of, we're just going to come out and say it. We're just going to come out and say it. I told you, there's going to come a time where they don't care anymore. They know that you have no power. They don't care what you think.
Now, rain is still like the water that comes from the sky, right?
Yeah, of course it is.
I just want to make sure it's the droplets of water they come from the sky down to
that
the
we
earth.
don't have any control over.
Yeah, I don't
right?
have a faucet that turns them on and off.
Okay, what kind of game are you guys playing?
I just think that
I'm just trying to find a way out of the rain tax.
No,
it's probably un-American of me.
Excuse me?
I know.
You want to come up with a way where you get out of the rain tax?
Yes, I'm
Why
un-American.
Would you want to get out of the rain
I'm not
tax?
patriotic. I don't want to pay my fair share of the rain.
My gosh,
I don't want to do it.
Thank goodness there's a Patriot bill so we can stop extremists like this guy who won't pay his rain tax.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the idea behind the rain tax. And it's really pretty easy to get your arms around. When it rains, because of the EPA, if you have concrete or anything that blocks the rain from, like a house, getting back into the soil, you're going to have to pay for that.
Why? Doesn't it eventually find its way back onto the soil?
Please, Pat, stop with your flat earther rhetoric.
Sorry,
so what they're doing
I apologize.
is they're paying they're going to tax people now, because it has something to do with the nitrogen levels and phosphorus levels, and so they're looking for impervious surfaces, anything that prevents water from seeping into the earth. That's your roof. That's your driveway. That's your patio.
Wait, do they know the rain drains off my roof and eventually onto my lawn, which then goes into the soil?
Okay, crazy. I believe everything in the Bible.
It's not in the Bible, I don't think.
Well, the rain tax is, though.
Oh,
the rain tax is in the Bible.
Is that Deuteronomy again?
Yes, it is.
Dang it, Deuteronomy.
Noah. Hello.
Oh, man.
Imagine if they would have had the rain tax.
Oh, he would have been a pauper.
Noah wouldn't have had to go around and get all of that, all those animals. You should see his rain tax.
Gotta be hefty.
The EPA ordered Maryland to raise an unfunded mandate. Maryland ordered its 10 largest counties to raise the money, another unfunded mandate. And now each of those counties is putting in a local rain tax in place by July 1st. Happy Independence Week. The 10 areas affected by the rain tax: Montgomery, Prince George's, Howard, Anne Arundel, Carroll, Hartford, Charles, Frederick, Baltimore counties, and Baltimore City.
Jeez.
The fees will be calculated on the surface area of your property. That is a roof, a driveway, a car park, that will cause potential drainage problems and water contamination. The council is supposed to determine how much to charge per square foot, but the fee depends on the size of the building and the surrounding paved surface. So what they're going to do with the first, I think it's $10 million that they're raising, is they're going to go around and they have to do measurements on your property of how much impervious surface you have. So they're taking the tax to figure out how to tax you even more. Isn't that good?
And what is that costing to measure people's impervious surfaces? A ton, you got to believe. To think our
first 10 million is going for that.
To think the founders were pissed off by the stamp tax. They're taxing us for rain now.
The rain tax.
Well, the founders could have never considered impervious surfaces. That's what.
The founders had no idea what a roof would be.
No, they had no idea.
They were like, roofs? Right. What?
Yeah, they had bowls, so the water would funnel into the house. That's the way they designed their houses.
The good news
is that
the good news is.